Hi, everybody. This is Courtney here, bringing you a new episode of Finale Hacks. And today we're going to be talking about how to explode music from a grand staff into your parts in Finale. So, this is a really useful tool to use, especially if you're writing large ensemble music, big band music. It's great because you can work in a grand staff. And for example, like what I have on my screen, here's my shout chorus. This is all my trumpets, all my bones, and I don't have to go in and individually put all the parts up here. You don't want to have to do that. That will take forever. So you can do this in one click. So I'm going to zoom out and show you how to do this, and I want you to see how this is going to populate into my score. So if I highlight this right here and then I press 2, that'll pull up the Explode Music dialog box. Also, where this comes from is under Utilities and Explode Music. But the shortcut for that on the keyboard is just pressing 2, the number 2 on your keyboard, and that'll bring this up. And then you can see you can split this into, I have 4 trumpets, so I'm going to split it into 4 staves, 1 per part. I did this earlier in another chart, and I didn't close out Finale, so my settings are already on the right thing. Usually it'll start out and it'll look like this is what it'll usually look like. So you'll have to update this and then go to existing staves, start with staff, and then you can choose any of these instruments. I'm exploding into my trumpet section, so now I'm just going to press OK, and then there they are. That's everybody, right? And that's a great thing to do right there. And I can do that again with my trombones. I have 5 trombones. It'll explode this layer 4, but the thing about that is that it's the only part that's there. So you're going to see that populate into the lead trombone part when it should be in the bass trombone part, because that's the first part in layer 4. So I'll have to move that manually. And just be aware of that. If there's only one part in your exploding, it's not gonna recopy everything, or it's just gonna put it in the top part. So just be aware of that, and then you'll have weird things with rest. So you'll just have to edit that. But here we go. I'm pressing 2. I'm going to put this in the 5 staves and going into trombone 1, explode, bam. And there they are. And you can see how this layer 4 was the top stave and you have all these blank rests. It really shouldn't even be there. So I can get rid of that manually, and I could do that another time. But for the purposes of this video, everything else is exploded into these parts, and now I can move on from there. Something that you want to be careful of is in your settings. If you are exploding or copying and pasting music and you did not uncheck this specific setting under preferences, where it says respect instrument ranges when copying or changing instruments, that is something that you have to make sure is unchecked. Finale automatically, by default, has this checked. Uncheck that, because then Finale will change the range of where you wrote your instrument. So you'll explode and then it won't be what you exploded. It'll be in a different register. This happens a lot with the trombones. It'll put your bass trombone thinking it's out of range, kind of like this note down here. I know that's going to be a bass trombone player. You know what I mean? Trombone 4 is a bass trombone. Finale doesn't understand that. So it's saying it's out of their range. You know it's not. That's why it's important to know your ranges. But the thing is, Finale will switch it thinking it knows better. Don't listen. You make sure you know, and just uncheck this so you can make sure that it doesn't copy and paste things in the wrong register. And that's something that you just need to make sure is unchecked. So again, that's under preferences, and then under edit, and there's that. Also, you can change the amount of undos to 0, which is unlimited, and that's great because you can undo forever. So yeah, I think that's a little off track for this video, but that teaches you how to explode. You can also do the opposite and implode as well. And I can take all of this, and if I press 1, then that implode music dialog box comes up. It comes from the same place. You can go to implode music under utilities, and I can either make this implode into a new staff at the bottom of the score, which it also copies all of the accents, so just be aware of that. Or you can implode it into the top staff of the selection, and now all of the parts are here. And in this new version of Finale, you'll have to get rid of all these accents and things. But if you just wanted to get a quick way of imploding music for some reason, that's another way that's a way that you can do that and take all the parts and put it into a grand stave. And you can edit out all these weird looking accents that it copied from every single part. So I'm gonna go ahead and undo that, but that's how you do it. Now here's this shout chorus and all the parts, and you'll have to, go in and check your accidentals and make sure things are looking all right from the concert pitch score. You want to make sure your parts, look clean. But other than that, that's how you do this. So great. And maybe in another video, I can show you how to get rid of this problem quickly, and you can separate layers. And so this only shows up as layer 4, and I can copy that, paste that in the bass trombone, switch it to layer 1, and then and all of this will be gone. And that's a simple fix. So I can show you guys how to move things from one layer to another in another video. But otherwise, that's enough for this one. This is Courtney again with Finale Hacks. Hope this video was helpful, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks.